and we missed having this little satsang last Thursday as I was in silence, so I apologize for that. But another beautiful shloka by Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya, Dakshinamurti Stotram. Let me chant it for you, shlok number 7. Balyadishvapi jagradadishu tatha sarvasvavasthasvapi vyavrittasvanuvartaman mahatmityantah sfurantam sada swatmanam prakati karoti bhajatam yo mudraya bhadraya tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye nama idam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Translation goes like this. During boyhood and other stages of life, during waking and other states, and similarly in all conditions, the Atma always shines as the I within, free from all conditions, but at the same time present in all conditions. The inner Guru awakens this knowledge of one's own Atma to those who surrender to him. This knowledge, which is represented by the auspicious Chin Mudra. Salutations to him, the personification of our inner Guru, who awakens this knowledge through his profound silence. Salutations to Shri Dakshinamurti. Once again, in this shloka, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya is emphasizing and devoting this shloka to make us understand with nishtha that the Atma is eternally present, all-pervading in every state, in every stage of our life, in every condition of our life. And he uses 3 different examples to explain or to drive home the point that the Atma is the one that is always present, and that is our true nature. Whatever else is happening is temporary and transient. So the first example is about different stages of life, and it comes in the very first word of the shloka, Balyadi Shvapi. So Balyadi Shvapi means in boyhood and in all other stages of life. So during one lifetime, we undergo 6 different bhav vikars or 6 different modifications throughout our lifetime. So it starts with basically existing. Even before we are born, we exist. That is called asti. Then we are born. That we call jayate. Then after we are born, we grow, vardate. And after we grow, so many changes start happening to us, viparina mate. After we grow, then obviously whatever goes up has to come down. So then comes the state of decay, which is apakshiyate. And finally, the event of death happens, vinashyati. So these are the 6 different vikars, bhav vikars, that we go through. Existence, then birth, then growth, then change, then decay, and death. So the body, mind, intellect, everything goes through many different changes. In body itself, so visible to us, we grow in height, we grow in weight, we grow in girth, we grow in muscular strength. At every different stage, we are changing. Sometimes we have disease, we are decaying. Sometimes we have health, we thrive. The same child, when he's 2 feet tall, and the person as an adult who's 6 feet tall, their body has changed, but the person remains the same. The small child who had a fall and hurt his leg, And the adult person, he will still remember, I am the same person who as a child, while playing hide and seek, I fell down and I hurt my leg. So although the body has gone through so many changes, still the concept, I am the same person, has remained. That is in the case of the physical body. Let's think about the mind. What about the mind? The mind also goes through so many changes. See, when you're a small child, you expressed your emotions very freely. You cried, you laughed, you threw tantrums. You know, your expression was mostly through feelings. But as an adult, most of us are very restrained in showing our emotions. Some of us still are very emotional. Some of us still throw many tantrums. But basically, we have changed. Emotionally, we have changed. But the one who remembers as a child, how did I throw my tantrums? And the one who is not expressing emotions, they know very well they are still one and the same person, right? No concept that I was a different person then and now I'm a different person. No, my expression of emotions has changed, but I am the same person. What about intellect? Intellect also goes through many different changes. As a child, different boyhood, teenage, young adult, mature adult, so many concepts change, so many notions change, so many judgments change, so many likes and dislikes change. So many things are changing, yet same person. We are aware of the change. There is a space within us which is aware of all these changes happening, whether it is at the body level, mind level, intellect level, at all these different stages of our life. But the person remains the same. So how do we know that we are the same person? And who is knowing that? Because the body has changed, the mind has changed, the intellect has also changed, then who is knowing this? That which has always been present through all these different stages of life, that which is knowledge principle itself within us in all stages of our life, that existed within us in all stages of life, and even before we were born, even before Asti, even before we existed in this body, we were still there, we were still aware, and that is the Atma. The Atma is the one who is always there, and therefore the Atma is Sat. Atma has always existed. And the Atma is the one that knows that I am the same person through all these stages. Now, the second example Bhagavan uses is Jagrat Adi Shu, in waking and in other states of consciousness. So we have different stages of life and we have different states of consciousness in all the different stages of our life. And in Shloka number 1 of this very same stotram, we already were introduced to the 3 states of consciousness, which is waking, dreaming, and deep sleep state of consciousness, Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. Now, let us revise that a little bit, because maybe for some people were not there in the first shloka. So in the waking state, in the Jagrat state of avastha, Jagrat state of consciousness, all our faculties are alert, are awake, and they are functioning. Senses are functioning, mind is functioning, body is functioning, intellect is functioning. All right, all are doing their work. In dream state, swapna avastha, senses are no longer working. They are at rest. Body is at rest. The mind is active. The mind is still working. It is still roaming, but there's a difference. It is not roaming outside in the world. It is roaming inside our own consciousness. And that is the dreams that we are dreaming about. So it's in the inner world. but it is still working. In the deep sleep state, nothing is working. Your body is at rest, your senses are at rest, your mind has stopped roaming inside, your intellect is also at rest. Everything is at rest. Yet, when we wake up in the morning, we are very aware that we are the same person who is awake now, who was in deep sleep, who was dreaming. What is the faculty that is able to know that I am that same person? Because no faculty was working. So obviously now we know that which has existed, which was aware, which was knowing, which was the principle of life, Atma, that was the one that was awake, alert, aware, and knowing I am. That's it. I am. That is the one that was working throughout all these three different states of consciousness. And that is who I am. That is actually who you are, the Atma. Not only three states of consciousness, there's also a fourth state of consciousness, which also we also talked about, Tulya Avastha. That's when you actually experience that I am not those three states of consciousness of waking, dreaming, and sleeping. I am that which is aware of the three states of consciousness. So that is the second example. So first example was different stages of life. Second example was of different states of consciousness to explain that it is the Atma that is the real nature of who we are. Then he also talks about the different conditions that we experience during our waking state. The mind, the intellect, the body, all these experience different dualities. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are healthy, sometimes we are unhealthy, sometimes we face victory, sometimes we face loss, sometimes there's gain, sometimes there is lack, some things are good, some things are bad. Now, when these different dualities, which is part of samsara, appear in our life, what happens is the body reacts, the mind reacts, the intellect reacts. If you are reacting, you are operating out of your body, mind, and intellect. That is it. And how will you react? Depends on the dominant guna in you at that moment. If there is too much rajas in you, you will operate out of ego. If there's too much tamas in you, you will operate out of depression, inertia. If there's sattva in you, you will operate out of calmness. So all these are reactions. But the Atma, which is our real nature, if you are connected there, if you have understood that I am not this body, mind, intellect, I am Atma, and I am ever existent, I am ever present in all these conditions, which is not affecting me at all, then I will witness all conditions without reacting to them, right? So, and I will be able to witness them in silence, without being disturbed at all. But there is a difference not being disturbed in sattva and not being disturbed established in the self. So in all conditions, throughout all conditions, Bhagavan says, Vya vritta svanu vartaman maha mityanta sfurantam sada. The Atma exists through all conditions and shines always. The Atma is free of all dualities. The Atma only enlivens the body, mind, and intellect and allows it to carry on its functions. And it is present in all conditions only as a witness. But how can I access this Atma? How will I be able to experience this Atma? When will I stop reacting from my BMI, from my body, mind, intellect? And when will I be able to simply witness the body reacting? When will I be able to only witness the condition without reacting at all? It says, so what do I have to do? It says, Swatmanam Prakati Karoti. You don't have to do anything. The Atma reveals itself as yourself. The Atma is self-evident. It doesn't need anything to reveal itself. You cannot shine one torch inside you to see your Atma. Just like you don't need a torch to see the sun. The sun has its own light and it is self-effulgent. The Atma is also self-effulgent. It is self-evident. It has its own life and it is awakening with its light. Light means knowledge. So it's awakening this knowledge of Atma by itself. And that is what Bhagavan calls the inner Guru. The inner Guru is the Atma who awakens this knowledge in the sadhak, in the shishya. Then why can't we see it? Why can't we experience it? One key word is there, and that key word is bhajatam. Bhajatam means surrender. It will reveal itself. 100% it will reveal itself. 100% it will awaken the knowledge within you. But you have to surrender yourself to the pursuit of this knowledge. Surrender, samarpan. Swatmanam prakati karoti bhajatam. Bhajatam, you have to surrender to the Atma. Yo mudra ya bhadraya. The inner Guru awakens this knowledge of one's own Atma. Which knowledge? That your own Atma is who you are. To whom will it awaken this knowledge? To those who surrender to him. And this knowledge, how will I know it is this knowledge? It is represented by the auspicious Chin Mudra. Mudra ya bhadraya. Chin Mudra. Chin Mudra is also called Gyan Mudra. See, many of you already know this mudra very well. The tip of the index finger touches the tip of the thumb, and the other three fingers are left straight like this. Mostly when we sit in meditation, we sit like this. All Bhagwans also, you will see the murtis, they have this. Now, in Vedanta, all our fingers represent something philosophical, represent something theosophical. So this small little finger, what does it represent? It represents the body, okay? So, you know, when we have bodily functions, we use this little finger to express ourselves. Then you have the ring finger. The ring finger represents the mind, represents emotions. That is why when we wear a wedding ring, we wear it on the ring finger because it is supposed to connect directly to the heart, to the emotions, to the feelings. Then you have the middle finger. The middle finger represents intellect. And you know very well, when we express ourselves with the middle finger, it is our ego that is expressing itself in anger. So, body, mind, intellect, and all these three fingers are kept separately away from the index finger. Index finger represents Jivatma, the individual soul. And the thumb represents Paramatma. So the Jivatma bows down and touches the Paramatma, keeping aside the body, mind, and intellect. Now the thumb, as we all know, is called opposable. Opposable means that without the thumb, you will not be able to practically do anything with the other four fingers. You need the thumb to hold anything, to do anything. So you need Paramatma to do anything. That is why thumb is been represented by, Paramatma is represented by the thumb. So this Chin Mudra is also called Chin, is another way of saying Chit. It is what connects you to Chit. It what connects you to consciousness. So this knowledge is represented by this mudra. body, mind, intellect kept aside, Jivatma bowing down to Paramatma, Paramatma who is the entity, the being, the energy that makes anything and everything possible. So we have to detach ourselves from body, mind, intellect, and we have to surrender the bhajatam. We have to surrender the individual soul, the Jivatma, to the Paramatma, individual soul to universal consciousness. And then when that surrender happens fully, when the surrender happens totally, then the inner guru, then the Atma will become self-evident, will reveal itself, and it will awaken that knowledge. Ah, I got it. Atma and Paramatma are one and the same. But for that, you have to make it the most important thing in your life. Then only the surrender happens fully, not theoretically, not in concept, not in notion, not intellectually, not even philosophically, not facetiously, but in reality, in practice. So that is what Bhagwan is trying to tell us by this Chin Mudra, and how this is needed for every function in your life. This thumb or this Paramatma makes anything and everything in body, mind, intellect, as well as the Jivatma happen. Without this, nothing happens. What can we take home from this one shloka? I think the most important thing is one must always re-evaluate our goal. Realize and accept what is my most important goal. How can I evaluate this? See, this is a difficult thing, because you feel this is my most important goal, spirituality is my most important goal, moksha is my most important goal, being sattvic is my most important goal. But am I really living that? Am I really living that? So one way to find out is check out, do a little check on how much time do I spend doing what I do during my day or during my week or month or whatever. What do you spend most of your time doing? Then you will know what is most important for you in your life. Whether you like the outcome of this question or not, it is what it is. If you are spending the most amount of time earning your money, then earning money is the most important thing for you at this time in your life. If you are spending the most time in your life playing sports, then playing sports is the most important thing for you right now. That is your goal right now. Can change, but right now that is it. If your most important thing is playing games on the mobile phone, then that is your most important thing for you at this time in your life. What are you spending the most time in your life? That will be your goal right now. That is most important for you. So where is your spirituality goal? For most of us, it is like one soup, it is boiling on the back burner. Someone wrote in one WhatsApp post that like a cauldron. So our spiritual goal is like a soup in a cauldron, and it is burning, simmering, slow boil on the back burner, and it is waiting for what? All my other goals to get finished. My children should grow up, they should graduate, they should get married, then their children should grow up, and then I should have so many crores in the bank balance, and my future should be properly insured, and my house mortgage should be paid, and my this, etc. My dears, the list never ever ends, but life ends. List of conditions to finish for us to have a time for spirituality, that list will never, ever, ever end. but your breaths will end one day. Your life will end one day, and you will never get down to your spiritual surrender. Death will come before all these goals are finished. So, only one take home for this week. Ask yourself one question. How deeply do I want this inner guru to reveal this knowledge to me? How deeply do I want it? And if I really want it deeply, what am I doing about it? How much time am I spending on things which will not reveal it, the Atma to me, will not reveal. It is not opposing the veil of ignorance. So just ask yourself this one question. How important is it for me, for this knowledge to be revealed to me? And what am I doing about it? That's it. That's one question. And that one question is the most important question in your life. And then Bhagwan, of course, ends the shloka with Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Nama Idam Shri Dakshinamurti. I bow down to this inner guru who is personified by my guru, who is revealing this knowledge through his profound silence. I bow down to Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. More of this beautiful stotram next Thursday. Om. 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 Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chidarpanam. Jai Gurudev. God bless everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Raj, for chanting. Thank you, Zoom team. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Have a great evening.
Pranama.
Thank you.